Rama Hare Rama Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Iti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Desatarini Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Girdhari Radhe Jaya Radha Girdhari Radhe Jaya Radha Gopinath Radhe Jaya Radha Gopinath Radhe Jaya Radha Rasbihari Radhe Jaya Radha Rasbihari Radhe जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ, जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा। जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ, जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा। जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी, नयन पथगामी भव तुम्हें। जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी, नयन पथगामी भव तुम्हें। जय जय गुरुदेव 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 गुरुदेव। जय जय गुरुदेव 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 गुरुदेव। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। बोलो श्रील प्रभुपाद की। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन, यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यमुना तीर वनचारी, यमुना तीर वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन, यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यमुना तीर वनचारी, यमुना तीर वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayeta Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavatim Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naisthiki. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamcha. Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sahajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamcha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyata Deshatarine. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye. Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone in Bhagavad Gita class. So last time we had seen till 6.17. So today we'll start from 6.18. So what was the 6.17? That is Yuktahara Viharasya Yukta Cheshtasya Karmashu Yukta Swapnavabodhasya Yogo Bhavati Dukhaha. So he who is regulated in his habits of eating, sleeping, recreation and work can mitigate all material pains by practicing the yoga system. So whatever activity you are doing, if you are regulated, you are following the scriptural injunctions, then you will get success. It means what? Whatever activity you are doing, you are attaching it with Krishna. If you are keeping Krishna in center, there is surety of 101% you will get success. So you have to regulate your senses. We cannot stop senses from doing any activity. This is not possible because senses are very much active and they are always active. So what you have to do, you have to engage your senses at right place. So if you are able to engage your senses at right place, that is called regulation. Okay. So regulation in life cycle. What is the regulation in life cycle? Regulation in eating, regulation in sleeping, regulation in work and recreation. So what is the regulation in eating? Quantity and quality. How much you eat? If you are eating too much, so that is not good. If you are eating too low, that is also not good. So yogis should eat only what is required to keep body and soul together. Anything more is too much eating. Anything more. Less, it could be less or it could be more. Both are not good for health. Then quality, only food in goodness. What is the only food in goodness? So that food which gives you energy to do bhakti. Okay. So after preparing meal, you should offer it to Krishna first. So if you offer it to Krishna, this particular food is purified and then you can eat that particular food. Okay. So only food in goodness should be taken. Food must be offered in yajna. Yajna means what? Offering it to Krishna. Sacrifice. Otherwise, one eats only sin. That is given in Bhagavad Gita 3.13. What is 3.13? In 3.13 it is told that if you are not offering meal to Krishna, then it doesn't become Mahaprasadam. And if you are eating it, you are eating only sin. Okay. So no meat eating, no intoxications. One should not eat meat, no intoxications. Okay. So what is the quantity for a devotee? Eat only limited food. Okay. So you have to eat only limited food. So if by eating limited food you can do bhakti easily. If you are eating too much, then you will get more sleep. It is very difficult to get up early in the morning. So rising early in the morning is the first character of a devotee. If one is not able to rise early in the morning, cannot do bhakti. Okay. So this is about particular the devotee. Fast only according to scriptural injunctions. It is like today is a Narsimha Chaturdasi, so one should keep fast. Okay, fasting on Narsimha Chaturdasi is, and fasting on Ekadasi, fasting on Krishna Janmashtami, fasting on Ram Navami. So these are required for a devotee or for a Vaishnava. No artificial concocted fasting. Don't fast for that I will get this particular material thing, then I will break my fast. Okay. Nowadays people are, there are many material fasting, many kinds of material fasting are available. People are keeping hunger strike, fasting to get some material gain. Okay. So that is not allowed according to scriptural injunctions. Okay. So no artificial concocted fasting is allowed according to the scriptural injunctions. Quality, only Krishna Prasadam. So bhakta, devotees only eat Krishna Prasadam. So what is a Krishna Prasadam? When you prepare a meal and you offer it to Krishna, it becomes Mahaprasad. And if you take that Mahaprasad, that is sanctified, that is purified. That will purify your heart. Okay? Purify of your heart means you can only think about Krishna and you can do bhakti. You can do bhakti only by thinking always about Krishna. How should I contribute? How should I perform a particular activity so that I can do proper bhakti? Okay. Then comes regulated sleeping. If you are sleeping more than 6 hours, you will become lazy and you will always be dreaming. Okay. So if you are sleeping and you are dreaming, you are in a dream, It means you are not sleeping. Okay, so your sleep should be without dream. If you are dreaming about Krishna, then it is well and good. But nowadays in material life, it is very difficult to think about Krishna. Okay, so if you are sleeping and you are in a dream, so that is not called sleep. So a complete sleep of 6 hours should be without dream. Okay, and what about devotee? Following avyarth kalatvam. Example, Rupa Goswami and Srila Haridas Thakura. Okay, so we have discussed about this. And what is called regulated in work and recreation? Works only for Krishna. No desire for sense gratification. So your every activity should be attached with Krishna. Like if you are going for office, okay, so I am going for Krishna because Krishna has given me instruction that you should go to office and work for office, but keep me in center. It means that is called yoga. Means whatever activity you are doing, you are keeping Krishna in center. So you are doing it for Krishna because Krishna has given order or given instruction. I am following. I am the only follower of Krishna's instruction. So works only for Krishna, no desire for sense gratification, therefore no material leisure. Okay, so if you keep Krishna in center, material hankering will not bewilder you. Otherwise, you will be bewildered. You will be hankering behind the material gain. Okay, so that we have discussed in 6.17. Today we will see 6.18. So benefit of regulation for a Krishna conscious person. Regulation in all above bodily activities brings to a state of no material misery. Okay, so if all these activities are regulated, it will not bring you to material misery. That is important thing. So you have to understand that in 6.17 that your sleeping, eating, mating, every should be regulated. Okay, now we will see 6.18. Dhyana Yoga, chapter 6, 6.18. Yada viniyatam chittam atmani evavatisthate nispriya sarva kamebhyo yukta iti uchyate tada. When the yogi, by practice of yoga, disciplines his mental activities and becomes situated in transcendence, devoid of all material desires, he is said to be well established in yoga. Okay, so situated in transcendence, devoid of all material desires. So once you are situated in meditation and devoid of all material things, that is called yoga. That is called true yoga. What is a karma kanda? Where is not Krishna. And what is karma yoga? Where is Krishna? If you are performing activity and you are keeping Krishna in center, that is called karma yoga. Okay, so in 6.18, it is discussed about perfectional stage of meditation. So what is the perfection? In any activity, what is a perfection? So similarly, there is a perfection in meditation also. If you are just meditating without keeping Krishna in center, so that is the waste of time. Okay, so but if you are performing perfection, you are working towards perfectional stage of meditation, that is called Ashtanga Yoga, and it is discussed about from 6.18 to 32. So what is the criteria for perfection of yoga? All mental activities disciplined. Mental activities means what? Your senses should be regulated. Your senses should be regulated means it should be engaged at right place, because senses are active by nature. You cannot stop your senses. You can engage your senses at right place. So now it depends on you where you engage your senses, at right place or wrong place. If you engage at wrong place, Krishna won't be there. If you engage at right place, Krishna will be there. Then you are performing towards the goodness. Okay, so all mental activities should be disciplined, situated in transcendence. Situated in transcendence means what? Who is the transcendental? Lord Krishna is the transcendental. So, if you are attaching your work, your activity to Krishna, it becomes situated in transcendence. And it should be free of all material desires. I am performing this activity for Krishna. Whatever Krishna give me, I will be satisfied. I can earn more money. I can earn more money, but I will use some money out of it for Krishna's service. I will donate to temple. I will go to temple. I will do the service. I will contribute in the prasadam. Okay, so you can plan according to that. After earning lot of money, how earning lot of money is not prohibited. You can earn lot of money. You can do the business, big business. But what you have to do? You have to spend some money out of it in the Krishna's service. Then it is sanctified. Then it is sanctified. You are a Krishna conscious person. You are a Vaishnava, and that is the best quality of a Vaishnava. What is the best quality of a Vaishnava? A Vaishnava, whatever activity he performs for Krishna. A yogi becomes perfect when his consciousness remains perfectly fixed in the self. Okay, so a yogi is fixed in himself only. Is in himself only. Okay, he enjoys within himself. Why? The God is there inside. Soul and supersoul resides together. So which soul? Supersoul is there. So supersoul is guiding soul. Do this, do not do this. This is bad, this is good. This is harmful to you, this is good for you, this is useful for you. Okay, all the directions are given by Supersoul. If you are thinking something good, this thought comes from Supersoul directly. Okay, so the one who follows within himself the order of Supersoul will be always happy. Srila Prabhupada says, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, so how this can be achieved? How this state can be achieved? So, freedom from material desires. Archana, perfection. So, how you can proceed towards perfection? Everybody wants to become perfectionist, but how you can become perfect? Okay, by doing every activity for Krishna, by engaging your senses unto the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. So, freedom from material desires. So, this is the distinguishing characteristics of yogi, freedom from material desires. If you want to become a yogi, you should be free from material desires. You should have freedom from the material desires. Independent. I am not dependent on material desires. So, this is the distinguishing characteristic of yogi and ordinary man, especially the sex desire. It is very difficult to control, to have control on sex desire. So, if you can regulate the sex life, what is the regulation of sex life? Regulation of sex life is having only Krishna consciousness children. Okay, so you should do bhakti, and when your child grows, he will also progress into bhakti. And he should perform activity unto the lotus feet of Krishna. So, this is automatic, easy and practical for Krishna. Conscious person. Example, Ambarish Maharaj, all senses engaged. King Ambarish Maharaj was a very great king, but he was known as saintly kings. Saintly king means what? He used to engage his all senses unto the service of Lord Krishna. Like he has leg, he used to go to the temple, he used to visit the holy places, he used to go to the Ganga, different rivers to have holy bath. He has eyes, he used to look at the lotus feet of Krishna. Here we have hand, so we can engage our hand unto the lotus feet of Krishna in the service of Krishna. We can use our hand in cleaning the temple. So we have thinking, thought process, we can think about Krishna. We have desire, we can have desire for Krishna. So you can use your desire to fulfill desire of Krishna. That is the right path. If you use your senses for the service of Krishna, that is the right path. By that way, you can become perfectionist. Okay. Archana, prescribed activities in devotional service, which is the process of engaging all senses in the service of the Lord. Archana. Archanam Vandanam Sakhyam. Prescribe activities in devotional service, which is the process of engaging all senses in the service of the Lord. So what you have to do? You have to engage all senses, whether it is mind, whether it is eye, nose, mouth, ear, hand, leg, everything, all the organs used in the service of Krishna. Perfection. How you can become perfect? Perfect process for transcendental achievement for any ordinary man. Transcendental engagement of mind and senses, which is called Yukta in Bhagavad Gita. Yukta Vairagya and Falgu Vairagya. Yukta Vairagya means what? Engage all the senses in the service of Krishna. Falgu Vairagya means you have everything, but you are using same thing. You are not using same thing in the service of Krishna. That is called Falgu Vairagya. Okay, so Falgu Vairagya and Yukta Vairagya, these are the two opposite things. Okay, so how this can be achieved? Freedom from material desires, from archana and from perfection. So what is the perfection? Engaging your mind and senses unto the lotus feet of Krishna. That is the right way of engaging your senses. Okay, so Maharaj Ambarish example of how to engage all senses in the service of Krishna. It is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th canto, 4th chapter, in verse number 18 to 20. Savai manah Krishna padara vindyor vacham sivaikuntha gunanuvarnane karau harer mandira marjanadisha srutim chakara yukta sat kathodaye mukunda lingalaya darshane drisha tadabhritya gatra sparseng sangamam Khinanam chatat पाद सरोज सौरभे श्रीमत तुलस्या रसनम तद अर्पिते पदौ हरे छेत पदानुसर्पणे शिरो हृषिकेश पदाभिवंदने कामान च दास्येन शुक काम कामया यथोच्मलोक जनसारति रताः रतिः. Okay, so this is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam about Ambarish Maharaj. How Ambarish Maharaj used his senses, used his limbs, used his organs unto the lotus feet of Krishna. So, engaging your limbs unto the lotus feet of Krishna is very important. You should perform service for only Krishna. Okay, for example, mind. Using mind you can think. So what you can think? You can think about Krishna. You can think about always Krishna. You are sitting in a meditation, you can think about Krishna. So this will develop bhakti. You have words, you can glorify the Lord. Okay, like we hear lecture of Bhagavatam. And there are many medias you can have. You can go to the temple. If you don't have time, you can hear all the Bhagavatam lectures and Bhagavad Gita lectures available on YouTube. You can go and you can see, you can watch, you can hear. Okay, so describing glories. If you have words to speak, use those words for glorifying the Lord. You have hand cleansing, you can use your hand cleansing. Temple margining. Okay, you can use hand for cleaning. You can go to temple, you can use your hand for cleaning the temple. Okay? Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Always you can chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. So you have hand, you can use your hand in cleaning the temple. You have ears, hearing about Lord. You have ear, okay? So, don't engage your ear here and there. Use your ear in hearing about Lord. Hear lectures of Lord. You can talk to devotees. You can discuss about Lord Krishna. Give and take policy. You can talk about Krishna. You can hear about Krishna. You can use your ears at right place. Okay. Then eyes, taking darshan. When you go to the temple, you can just look at the deities. Looking at the deities will simply purify you. Or when you look at deities, you will forget everything of this material world. Okay? Unnecessary material hanking is not good for health. Better you have eyes, you can look at the deities. This will purify your heart and you will progress in bhakti. Okay, so you can use your eyes in taking darshana. Okay, then touch, you have touch sense, touch is a sense, so you can touch devotee, you can serve devotee, you can touch the feet of devotee, you can pay obeisances, you can handshake with devotees. Okay, so by touching devotees, you will progress in bhakti. Okay, so I am not saying that you can use all the limbs at a time, but if you are using even one limb at a time, one day or once in a month, then also you are purified. Touching once a devotee will purify you. So in this way, you can engage your touching sense. Then comes smelling. You have a smelling property. So what you can do? You can smell tulsi leaves. You can smell flowers which are offered unto the lotus feet of Lord. So by smelling you are taking Krishna inside. Okay? When you hear Bhagavatam lectures, you are taking Krishna inside by your ears. When you are looking at deities, using your eyes, you are taking Krishna through your eyes. So these limbs are helping you to progress in bhakti. Okay, so then smell, fragrance, you can smell tulsi leaves. Then eating prasadam, you have tongue. So you have tongue, use it, regulate your tongue, use it at right place. Okay, so what you can do, instead of going here and there, wasting time at eating chaat, vada pav, samosa, all these eating, people are going there and just eating. Okay, so you are misusing your eating property. Eat only Mahaprasad. And what is Mahaprasad? When a meal is prepared and it is offered to Krishna, then it becomes Mahaprasad. Okay, and if you taste that food, that is the transcendental food. That is the transcendental food. Because when you offer it to Krishna, it is as good as you are offering it to yajna. And what is a yajna? It is a sacrifice. If you are offering it to Lord, it is a sacrifice. Oh Krishna, whatever I have prepared, I am offering it to. Please accept it. You can remember Srila Prabhupada. Okay, so if Srila Prabhupada offer your meal to Krishna, Krishna will accept 101%. And that food will be sanctified and it will become meal. It will become Mahaprasad. And if you eat that Mahaprasad, you can use your tongue tasting Mahaprasad, and that is called transcendental food. Okay? And there is no comparison of Mahaprasad with any other food which you eat outside. Vada, samosa, chaat and all, there are so many things. Okay, so you will not get those tastes in anywhere outside. which you taste Mahaprasad. So use your tongue tasting Mahaprasad. You have leg now. How can you use leg? You can use your leg by visiting temple. You can go to temple. You can go to holy places. You can go to Ganga Snan. You can go to Yamuna Snan. You can go to Vrindavan. You can go to Kashi Vishwanath. Okay, you can go to Kedarnath. You can go to Badrinath. So many places are there. You can go to Puri. You can go to Mayapur Dham. There are so many places to visit. Instead of going here and there, Kerala and all so places, just wasting your time. If you go to holy places, it will be a good picnic for you. So you can use your legs. You have leg, right? Okay, so you can use your legs in visiting temple. You have head, you can use your head paying obeisances to the Supreme Lord, paying obeisances to the devotees, paying obeisances to the acharyas. You can follow their instruction. Okay, so you have head, you can use your head bowing down. Okay, so in this way, all the links can be used at right place. Thinking, mind, words, hands, ear, eyes, touch, smell, tongue, legs, head, all the limbs you can use unto the lotus feet of Krishna service. So Ambarish Maharaj was a very good king, very great king. He was using all his organs, all limbs unto the lotus feet of Krishna's service. Okay, this is very important, and this is also rightly mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam 9th canto, 4th chapter, verse number 18 to 20. Okay, serve Lord 24 hours a day. Serve Lord 24 hours a day. Desire. If you have a desire, fulfill the desire of Krishna. That is the right kind of usefulness of a desire. Okay, you are preparing meal, think about Krishna. You are preparing prasad, think about Krishna. Okay, you are preparing rice, think about Krishna. You are preparing dal, think about Krishna. You are just going here and there, think about Krishna. You are going for exam, think about Krishna. Oh Krishna, I am going for exam, please take care. So Krishna is happy to take responsibility of devotees. So if you want to become a devotee, give your responsibility to Krishna and take the responsibility of Krishna unto you. Okay, so Krishna gives credit to his devotees and devotees give credit to Krishna. So this is the give and take policy. Okay, if you are talking, talk about Krishna. If you are playing with your child, sing Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So in this way, you can engage your senses. You can use your time instead of wasting here and there. You can use all your limbs unto the lotus feet of Krishna's service. Okay, so this is all about 6.18. Now 6.19. Yatha deepo nivatastho nengite sopama smrita yogino yat chittasya yunjato yogam atmanah. As a lamp in a windless place does not waver, so the transcendentalist whose mind is controlled remains always steady in his meditation on the transcendent self. Okay, suppose there is a lamp and if there is no wind, so lamp can, you will not find any waver. Similarly, a meditation, a yogi when meditates and think about Krishna, never gets deviated from his path. Okay, so as a lamp in windless place does not waver, so the transcendentalist whose mind is controlled. So if you control your mind, so here mind, controlled mind is compared with wind. If there is no wind and if there is controlled mind, so controlled wind and controlled mind remains always steady in his meditation. on the transcendent self. Okay, so analogy for perfection of yoga practice. So in 6.19, just like a lamp in windless place doesn't waver, similarly steady mind in Samadhi doesn't waver. So if you are in Samadhi, so what is a Samadhi? You are thinking about Krishna. If you are thinking about Krishna, no material hanker will touch you. You will never get bewildered if you are in Samadhi. So that is the meaning of Samadhi. In trance means no material attachment. So this perfection of yoga exhibited in Krishna consciousness. Truly Krishna conscious person practices constant, undisturbed meditation on Supreme Lord. Okay. Similarly, like if there is no wind, no waver. Similarly, if you are in a Samadhi and control mind, nothing will bewilder you. Okay. So Lord Krishna is giving instruction to Arjuna. Oh Arjuna, steady mind in Samadhi. Steady your mind in Samadhi. If you are steady in mind Samadhi, your mind will be controlled. So wind is compared to material desires. Okay, but if you are in Samadhi, nothing will waver you. So wind is compared to material desire. There are so many material desires. I want money, I want property, I want wealth, I want to eat this, I want to eat that, I want to eat jalebi, fapada, everything. So if you are in Samadhi, your mind will be controlled. So Krishna is telling Arjuna, oh Arjuna, control your mind. Be in Samadhi. No material desire will touch you. Okay. So realizations, visions and actions of a yogi in Samadhi. So realization told about in Bhagavad Gita 6.22-23. And then visions 6.29-30. And then actions 6.31-32. So realizations, Bhagavad Gita 6.22-23. Happiness, fixed up, highest gain, freedom and unshaken. So these are actual realizations. Happiness, experiences transcendental happiness by direct experience of soul and super soul in heart. Soul and super soul both reside in the heart together. So you have to think about super soul. You have to concentrate, you have to meditate upon super soul. You will feel the actual happiness. Then fixed up, one's focus never departs from truth. So if you are focused, if you are a realized soul, you will believe, you will have faith on truth. Highest gain, one thinks no greater gain is possible. If you got Krishna, if you have received Krishna, if you have super soul inside, you are meditating on that, that is the highest gain. And it is also known as unshaken. One remains unshaken even amidst greatest difficulties. There are so many difficulties every time, every moment we are facing, and we will face in future also, and we have faced so much in past also. But you will be unshaken by the greatest difficulties if you are meditating on Krishna, if you are meditating on super soul. Freedom from all material desires, no material desires. There are so many material desires. But if you are meditating on Krishna, free from all miseries arising from material contact, because you are in Samadhi, you are in a trance. So that position itself is pure. Will not allow you to go outside for material hankering, for material desire. Okay, so this is the realization. We will see in 6.22-23 in detail. Then we will see vision. Vision is discussed about in 6.29-30. So in Bhagavad Gita 6.29, we see super soul in everyone's heart and everyone being supported by super soul. And super soul's nature, by default, it supports soul and always give good instruction. according to scriptural injunctions. But we as a human being, we never listen our soul. We just go against the soul and we follow the mind, sense enjoyment. And that is the main reason behind we fell down. Main reason behind fell down. Then 6.30 talks about never loses sight of Supreme Lord and thus never falls from the path of yoga. What you have to do? Never forget Krishna. If you never forget Krishna, there is no chance of falling down. But if you forget Krishna, there is 99-100% chance of falling down. Okay. So, action. Then action 6.31 to 32 talks about action. See, Bhagavad Gita 6.31 realizes Krishna as origin of Supersoul. So, what is the Krishna is the origin of Supersoul. What is Supersoul? Krishna. What is Supersoul? Supreme Lord Krishna. So Supreme Lord Krishna is residing in our heart as Supersoul, in the form of Supersoul. In this way, Krishna is residing everywhere in different forms. And in everyone's heart, Krishna is residing as Supersoul. So realizes Krishna as origin of Supersoul, worships and serves him in all circumstances. If something is great, what we do? By nature we serve. If you see some very richest person, the Ambani, what we do? We start respecting him. We start worshipping him. We will keep a photo, a picture in our house and we just start worshipping it. Likewise, there are many great personalities outside, but that is the material worship. So here Lord Krishna is saying, if you worship me, I am the greatest. I am the greatest. Worship me. I am residing in your heart as Supersoul. Worship Supersoul. Listen the words of Supersoul. Realizes Krishna as origin of Supersoul. Worships and serves him in all circumstances. So what you have to do? Krishna is there in the form of Supersoul. You have to realize that. You have to understand that. And start worshipping Supersoul. That is called action. See equality of all beings, tries to help everyone. Tries to help everyone. No enemy, friend distinction by turning their consciousness to Krishna. Okay? Sees equality. Every living being is same. Why? Because in every living being, in the heart, Krishna is sitting in the form of Supersoul. So everywhere, in everyone's heart, Supersoul is there. Then what is the difference? It is equal. It may be pig, it may be any animal, wild animal, dog, human being, any living entity. In everyone's heart, Krishna is residing as Supersoul. So a devotee, a yogi should look or treat every living or non-living entities same. Why? Because Krishna is there everywhere. Krishna is there. Like we say, Karna karma Ishwar hai. We say that. So Krishna is everywhere. So you have to see your vision should be equal for everyone. Every living, non-living entities. Okay. So a main property of a devotee, a yogi, that he has compassion for every living and non-living entity. So that equality should be there. Then we'll talk about text number 20 to 23, realizations of a yogi in perfection. Text number 20 to 23. Realizations of a yogi in perfection. So, he thereby realises boundless transcendental happiness by directly experiencing soul and supersoul within the heart. He means who? A devotee, a yogi. Thinking that there is no greater joy than this, his focus never departs from within, even amidst greatest difficulties. Let it be any kind of difficulty, but he will focus on Supersoul. My super soul is there inside my heart. Whatever he guides, I will follow. Thus, he escapes all miseries arising from material contact. So, what you have to do? You have to keep always Krishna in center. You have to always think about Krishna. Oh Krishna, whatever I am doing, it is your order. Means whatever activity you are doing, you are not the achiever of that particular activity. This is the achievement of Krishna. This is the achievement of Krishna. So you have to, your understanding should be like that. That whatever I am doing it for Krishna. Krishna will take care. So when you surrender like this, Krishna takes the responsibility. And Krishna 100%, always 100% takes the responsibility of devotee, yogi. So that activity becomes transcendental activity. So if you surrender unto the lotus feet of Krishna and you perform activity, that activity itself becomes transcendental activity. Why? Because it is attached with Krishna. So never ever forget Krishna, always remember Krishna. Whatever activity XYZ you are doing, always remember Krishna. Text number 20 to 23. यत्रो परमते चित्तं निरुद्धं योग सेवया यत्र चैवात्मनात्मानं पश्यन् आत्मनि तुष्यति सुखम् आत्यन्तिकं यत्तद् बुद्धिग्राह्य अतीन्द्रियं वेत्ति यत्र न चैवायं स्थितश्चलति तत्त्वतः यं लब्ध्वा परचापरं लाभं मन्यते नाधिकं ततः यस्मिन् अस्थितो न दुःखेन गुरुणापि विचाल्यते तं विद्याद् दुःख संयोग वियोगं योग संगीतम्. In the stage of perfection called trance or samadhi, so trance and samadhi is same. One's mind is completely restrained from material mental activities by practice of yoga. This perfection is characterized by one's ability to see the self by the pure mind and to relish and rejoice in the self. In that joyous state, one is situated in boundless transcendental happiness, realized through transcendental senses. Established thus, one never departs from the truth, and upon gaining this, he thinks there is no greater gain. Being situated in such a position, one is never shaken even in the midst of greatest difficulty. This indeed is actual freedom from all miseries arising from material contact. Okay, so if you are focused in such a way that you always think about Krishna, your activity belongs to Krishna, your vision, realization, everything becomes perfect and you are in a transcendental state. When you are in a transcendental state, when you establish relationship with the transcendental person. And who is the transcendental person? Lord Krishna is the only transcendental person. So when you establish relationship with a transcendental person, that is known as realization of a yogi in perfection. So Samadhi, what is Samadhi? Samadhi, Ashtanga Yoga, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi. Samadhi is the last stage of Ashtanga Yoga. Yam, Niyam, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyana and eighth one is the Samadhi. So Ashtanga Yoga based on Patanjali Yoga system. There was Muni, Patanjali, he started this Ashtanga Yoga. Okay. So what is the primary characteristics of a yoga? Before that we will see how Krishna consciousness is the best in terms of realization. Okay. Then we will see primary characteristics of yoga principle, what is actual samadhi. So here in this Lord Krishna is telling detail about Ashtanga Yoga, about the realization. So what is actual samadhi? Two kinds of samadhi in Ashtanga Yoga. Symptoms of a yogi in transcendental position, obstacles in perfection. So primary characteristics of yoga principle. By principle of yoga, one becomes gradually detached from material concepts. Okay. So if you are doing yoga means what? What you are doing? You are controlling your mind. If you control your mind will not hanker behind the material desire. Okay, you will be able to control your senses. Then one becomes situated in trance or samadhi. So once you establish your relationship with Krishna, you are already in samadhi. So what is actual samadhi? It means that the yogi realizes the super soul, and super soul is within ourselves. So if you realize your super soul, you are already in samadhi through transcendental mind and intelligence. What you have to do? You have to control your mind. If you control your mind, your intelligence will not be affected. So, because everyone has intelligence, but if your mind is bewildered, this bewilderment of mind will also bewilder intelligence. But if your mind is controlled, your intelligence will be used at right place, in the right thing, in the good manner. So two kinds of samadhi in Ashtanga Yoga. Sampragyat samadhi and asampragyat samadhi. Sampragyat samadhi means to become situated in the transcendental position by various philosophical researches. Asampragyat samadhi, there is no longer any connection with mundane pleasure. Transcendental to all sorts of happiness derived from the senses. Okay. So there are two kinds of sampragyat and asampragyat samadhi. Symptoms of a yogi in transcendental position. Once situated in the position transcendental, the yogi is never shaken from it. Okay. By hook or crook, if you reach at the trance samadhi position, you will never fall down, because it has got that much number of stages. After crossing that stage, you reach to the advanced stage, that is the samadhi, and that samadhi is the ultimate position. You will never fall down from there, because already you have struggled so far. Obstacles in perfection. Yogi is attracted by any of the byproducts of yoga, cannot attain the stage of perfection. See, yogis are so much attached to Krishna, are so much controlled mind, that they are already in samadhi. Yogis attracted by any of the byproducts of yoga cannot attain the stage of perfection. But if they are attached any byproduct, that I am doing this for this benefit, there is self, I am doing this for me, I am doing this for him, any material attachment is there, the entire yoga will be destroyed. Even yogis attracted to siddhis are not perfect. Why? We have heard about so many siddhis, that he has got in this particular field siddhi, he has got in this particular field siddhi, he has got siddha mantra. So that siddha mantras are only for material gain. So siddhis are also not perfect yogi. So without reaching samadhi, yoga is unsuccessful. Okay, so if you want to get success in Ashtanga Yoga, you have to reach to samadhi. So without reaching samadhi, yoga is unsuccessful. So today, today's so-called yoga practice, which involves various sense pleasures, is contradictory. So, we will not discuss about that. Okay, so I am doing yoga for my physical fitness. All these things are waste of time. So, we are not going to discuss about that. So, how Krishna consciousness is the best in terms of realization? One gets full happiness in his occupation and does not aspire after any other happiness. So, if you are doing yoga, there are chances, 90% chances that you will fall down. But if you are performing bhakti, so Srila Prabhupada never takes chance. He always proves that bhakti is very good. Bhakti is best, not very good, best. Compared to any yoga, any Ashtanga yoga, Patanjali yoga system, bhakti is the best. Because in bhakti, you are close to Krishna and Krishna will never allow you to fall down. So, one gets full happiness in his occupation and does not aspire after any other happiness. So, a bhakta, devotee, whatever activity he is doing, he is enjoying there. Why he is enjoying? Because he understands that this work is assigned by Lord Krishna. I am following the order of Krishna. So, there is no pride, no sense enjoyment feeling, no desire, nothing. So, that is why he enjoys happiness within. One makes best use of the bad bargain because he meets bodily demands without arousing sensual pleasures. Okay? So, in short, he is not doing anything for himself, any sense enjoyment. Unshaken and fixed up in incidental occurrences. Reference Bhagavad Gita 2.14. Material upheavals do not affect any kind of greatest difficulty, earthquake and all. He is not shaken. A devotee, a bhakta is not shaken, never has fear inside. So, material upheavals do not affect his duties, as he is always alert to his Krishna consciousness duties. Because he is very much alert in Krishna, he always checks whether I am doing it for Krishna, whether I am doing it for Krishna, whether I am doing it for myself. He always questions. So, what happens? He is very much alert about this, that I should not get diverted anyhow. Okay? That is discussed in verse number 20 to 23. Srila Prabhupada's explanation of Patanjali Yoga Sutra in 3.34. Patanjali Yoga Sutras. What are the Patanjali Yoga Sutras? Yoga practice is more or less based on the principles of Patanjali system. Why? Patanjali Muni has given the Patanjali Yoga system. Yoga Sutras in 3.34. Purushartha Sunyanam Gunanam Prati Prasavah Kaivalyam Swarupa Patishtha Chitti Saktir iti. Purushartha means material religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and at the end the attempt to become one with the Supreme. So, there is one desire is there in Purushartha. Chitti Saktir, Chit Sakti. This Chitti Sakti or internal potency is transcendental. Kaivalyam, other references supporting Kaivalyam. Okay, for monists, oneness with the Supreme merging. Patanjali, Kaivalyam is an internal or transcendental potency by which the living entity becomes aware of his constitutional position. Patanjali. Bhakti Yoga, Cheto Darpan Marjanam, discussed in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Anitya 20.112. Clearance of impure mirror of the mind and realizing one's pure identity. So, what you have to do? Cheto Darpan Marjanam. You have to live like Cheto Darpan Marjanam. You have to always clean your heart. So, Bhakti Yoga is the only yoga, devotional service is the only service which purifies devotee's heart. Cheto Darpana Marjanam. Swarupena Vyavasthitah, discussed in Srimad Bhagavatam 2.10.6. to realize constitutional position as an eternal servant. Liberation does not mean destruction of the original eternal position of the living entity. Nirvana also the same. Vedanta Sutra, Anandamayo Bhyasat. Ultimate goal of yoga is the natural transcendental pleasure of devotional service, easily achieved by Bhakti Yoga. So, these are the other references of supporting Kaivalyam. Mainly deals with formonist oneness with the Supreme, Patanjali Bhakti Yoga. Methods to attain yoga root stage, perfectional stage as described in 6.18 to 23. Okay. So, this is a very step by step process. Patience. One should have patience. It is discussed in Bhagavad Gita 6.24. We will see in detail what is the patience. Determination, like sparrow and Garuda, discussed in 6.24. Then number 3, without deviation, discussed in Bhagavad Gita 6.24. Number 4 is faith, by confident and pursue the path with great perseverance, discussed in 6.24. So, this is all determination, without deviation, faith, all related with the sparrow example. Then comes number 5, 6.24, control senses by mind. Then it is also discussed 6.24, give up all material desires born of mental concoction. Intelligence sustained by full conviction. Mind fixed in oneself and not thinking anything else. Bhagavad Gita 6.25. And 9th is the step by step one achieves success. That is the 9th discussed in Bhagavad Gita 6.25. Okay. So, we have discussed the till 6.23. Next time we will start from 6.24. So, we will stop over here. So, if anyone has question, can ask. Okay, so no question. So, we will stop over here. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavabhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna.